There have been 79 Bond girls featured in the 007 films that have hit theaters in the last 60 years. But only one actress holds the unique distinction of playing a Bond girl in two 007 films. Martine Beswick appeared in both From Russia with Love and Thunderball. She's also known for her performances in Hammer Film Productions' cult classics like Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde and 1,000,000 Years BC. With a resume like that, it's undeniable that Beswick earned herself a place among some of the most elite 1960s screen sirens. Join Facts First as we discuss how Martine Beswick played a Bond girl twice with all her beauty. She was born in Jamaica. Beswick was born September 26, 1941 in Port Antonio, Jamaica, to Ronald Davis Beswick and Myrtle May. Her father was British, while her mother had Portuguese and Jamaican heritage. When she was 13, Beswick's family moved to London, but she ended up moving back to her homeland in the late 50s to pursue a career in modeling and compete in beauty pageants. Beswick's dark features, perfect figure, and piercing black eyes were so striking that after talent agency MCA came across her photos, they wrote her asking for her to pay them a visit if she were ever to return to London. Enamored at the prospect of starring in big screen films, Beswick hopped aboard a plane to the UK where she planned on visiting the talent agency. It was there she was introduced to 007 director Terence Young. Young proceeded to explain to her she needed more experience, but he had a project lined up that he thought would be perfect for her in the future if she was able to hone her acting skills a little more. In time, Young suggested Beswick would be an excellent fit to play a role in the inaugural Bond film, 1962's Dr. No. Beswick then auditioned for the lead female role of Honey Ryder, but to her disappointment, the part instead went to Swiss actress Ursula Andress. For many years, it was rumored that Beswick still made an appearance in Dr. No, playing one of Maurice Binder's dancing girls in the film's opening credits. But Beswick cleared things up when she told Bond fan site M16HQ a few years back that story is untrue. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Everyone loves a good catfight. A year after Beswick auditioned, unsuccessfully, for the role of Honey Ryder, she made her acting debut as the gypsy girl Zora in the second James Bond flick, From Russia with Love. In this film, audiences had the pleasure of witnessing her notorious catfight scene with fellow gypsy rival Vida, played by actress and Miss Israel 1960, Eliza Gur. In the title credits of From Russia with Love, Beswick's name notably was misspelled as Martin Beswick. The next film in the 007 film franchise, 1964's Goldfinger, was not directed by Terence Young. Bond fans no doubt recall that the big Bond girl featured in that film was Pussy Galore, played by Honor Blackman. Beswick's return as a Bond girl. Young returned to the director's seat for the fourth film in the Bond series, Thunderball. When casting decisions were being made for the new installment of the immensely popular Secret Agent Man movie series, Young made it known he desperately wanted Beswick to come back. Despite his insistence, the producers were reluctant to use the same actress in two films. Young fought tooth and nail for her to be in Thunderball, which was set in the balmy Bahamas. He got what he wished for after pointing out it would be ridiculous to pick anyone else, as Beswick was the perfect island girl. Beswick was selected to play Paula Kaplan, a secret agent and ally of James Bond. In the film, she got kidnapped by the villainous Emilio Largo and his henchmen Yanni and Vargas. Ultimately, her fate ended in tragedy when she chose to take her own life. Before principal shooting began, Beswick wasn't exactly prepped for the role. Insisting she work on her beach bod and tan, Young instructed her to lay in the sun all day while eating food that he would personally provide for her. Touching on this chapter of her career, Beswick told reporters that at the time she hadn't seen the sun in years, as she was too busy having fun at night. Because of her party-hardy nightlife lifestyle, Beswick self-admittedly was pale and skinny. So, for weeks, she took Young's demands seriously and spent her days soaking up rays while consuming her hand-selected diet. Fortunately for her, Young's meal selections were luxurious. Apparently, he spoiled her with champagne and caviar. When she was done working on her tan, she would spend her evenings partying and dancing out on the town. Queen of the Hammer horror films. After playing a Bond girl not once but twice, numerous doors of opportunity opened up for Beswick, especially in the horror film genre, even though she would later admit it wasn't easy to escape her typecasting as the Bond girl. In 1966, Beswick appeared in another epic catfight scene, this time with Raquel Welch, in the Hammer Film Productions movie 1,000,000 Years BC. After giving a solid performance in that iconic film, Beswick continued to appear in Hammer films. In 1967's Prehistoric Women, she landed the role of the attractive antagonist Queen Kari. Her superb performance as a sexy villain led to her scoring the lead role in Hammer's 1971 British horror flick Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. In this creative adaptation of the classic Jekyll and Hyde tale, Dr. Jekyll whips up a serum that's capable of transforming himself into the beautiful, albeit sinister, Mrs. Edwina Hyde, who becomes responsible for a string of grisly murders. Yet again, Beswick shined on screen with her near-pitch-perfect blend of beauty and terror. Off to Hollywood. After appearing in several feature films and spending a brief stint in Italy, Beswick relocated to Hollywood to pursue a career in the television scene in the late 1970s. While she was kind of a big deal back in the UK, she was still not very well known when she first crossed the pond and reached the US. Eventually, she found herself starting over from scratch, having to prove herself to her new American colleagues. It took Beswick a while to establish herself in Hollywood. No one knew her, and starting all over again was a bit discouraging. The first thing she did was appear on screen alongside Robert Wagner in the ABC action-adventure series It Takes a Thief. She knew if she could prove her worth, she'd be taken in as a part of the Hollywood family. Fortunately, her efforts paid off, and Hollywood decided she was worth working with. Throughout the 70s, Beswick appeared in a number of popular TV shows, including The $6 Million Man, Aspen, Beretta, and Mannix. On the big screen, she made appearances in films like The Last Italian Tango, The Kiss, Strange New World, and Devil Dog, The Hound of Hell. She continued to appear both in films and television shows until the early 90s. She retired from acting until delivering her final appearance in 1995's Night of the Scarecrow. Since then, she's offered her perspective and commentary in documentaries such as 2000's Inside from Russia with Love and 2004's The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films. In 2013, she appeared on screen alongside 11 other Bond girl celebrity guests on the BBC program MasterChef. Beswick remains a big draw at 007 Q&A panels and horror conventions. After a 24-year hiatus from acting, Beswick briefly came out of retirement in 2018 to appear in the film House of the Gorgon opposite fellow Hammer film stars Christopher Neame, Veronica Carlson, and Caroline Munro. At the age of 80, it's unlikely we'll be seeing Beswick in any forthcoming films or TV shows, but it's clear she's left her indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Martine Beswick? What's your favorite performance of hers? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99.